Hi there, welcome back. Today's video, going to use these two beautiful molds. They're birds. They are different. They've got a lot of detail and can't wait to use them. Not used them before. We're also going to use some of these beautiful chrome powders from Let's Resin. Look at those lovely colours. We've made quite a few other things using those. Check out our playlist. Have a look. Also using these. Now these are for nail art, as in fingernails, and they're also called chrome powders. But I mean, they're stunning, but I'm really in love with the blues and greens at the moment. Seems to be a bit of a colourful theme with me. Gorgeous colours, decided which ones I was going to use, checked out the detail in the mould, which is what I'm just showing you here. Now this mould looks filthy from the outside. It attracts everything, but it's nice and clean, so just going to turn it inside out and just look at that detail again. A bit more of a close-up there. Absolutely stunning. Can't wait to see how it reacts. Is it going to hold the powders? Is it going to hold them or not? And because I'm not going to use regular epoxy resin, is the effect going to still be there when we come to the demold part? So don't forget, like, share, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to our channel already, why not? It's free to do so. We upload 2 videos a week currently on not on a Wednesday, Laura, get that right. It's actually on a Friday and a Sunday, 5 p.m. UK time. Hoping to go back up to 3 times a week, and then it would be a Wednesday as well, same time. Look at that with those powders. Now, this technique is quite simple to do. You've just got to have a little dry brush there. That's just a general paintbrush that artists might use. You don't have to spend a lot of money on them, but get a good one. Get one that's going to be fit for purpose, should we say. And you just dip it into the little pot of your powder of choice and then brush it onto the mould. Now this all seems to be taking quite well onto this mould. I'm getting the colours where I want them to be. There's not a lot of static either. Well, that's the other thing I was concerned about, which we quite often see with the flakes. So that we've used in the past, but the colour changing, flakes and so on. For the life of me, honestly, brain in gear, Laura, can't think of the right word. Anyway, chameleon flakes, got it. Sorry, light bulb moment there. Anyway, moving on, as you can see, look at that. Just did a little bit of a clean up to the areas where I just wanted to start again, and using a slightly bigger brush because it's a bigger surface area. And this is the front part of the bird, so this is on his chest, and just blending in the powders there, a little bit paler than on the rest of the bird. These powders are stunning. So spoiler alert, I show you the results using the Let's Resin chrome powders, but I don't actually show you the process in the video of how I applied it to the molds or the demold. But if you do want to see that, why not check out our shorts playlist, because you'll see it in there. But I just did exactly the same process as I do with this one and the next one you're going to see. So just checking, making sure that the powder is everywhere where I need it to be, where I want it to be, keeping fingers crossed, positive vibes and everything else at the moment, hoping that it's going to come out how I want it to, because as I've said, I'm not using regular epoxy resin. I'm going to use an eco resin. So changed a couple of the colours up, a smidgen. In fact, I've changed 3. So I changed the palest colour for what I can only call is a colour shift white with a hint of violet to it, violetty blue colour. I changed the colour gold, and I also changed the colour green too. So slightly different colourway, colour tone. I do like the result. I would just say I do like the result I got with the eco resin, but I'm now wondering, do I go back and try this with regular epoxy resin? Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So they are different. That would become more apparent to you when you see the demold bit. So, and then let us know in the comments if you've got a favourite or if you like both of them equally. Here is that pale off, like colour shift white with the hint of, it looks Aurora Borealis looking, if you know what I mean, like the Northern Lights. Gorgeous. There we go. actually a beautiful present, just light bulb moment again, a beautiful present at a wedding would be if you did them in the all of the birds, the 2 birds in the Aurora Borealis colours, particularly mainly the whites with hints of the purples, the blues, the violets and the pinks and the greens, and presented them as a wedding present to the happy couple. Why not? Lovely gift idea, I think. Anyway, moving on, we've mixing or about to mix up the eco resin. Now, the eco resin we like to use is called Aquacast, and it's by Elichem. Now, we've tried all kinds, all brands. This is our favourite one by choice. Can't recommend them highly enough. Not paid to say that. This is not a sponsored video at all. But if you would like to order, oh, by the way, if you want to order anything, or the majority of the things that you see in this video, apart from the moulds, I think, I'm not 100% certain if the moulds came from the same place, but we do have an Amazon storefront where you can get the mica powders, you can get the chrome powders, you can get the Aquacast, you can get brushes, you can get the black nitrile gloves you can see me wearing, and there's all sorts of other things on there. Now, you don't pay any more or any less if you click on the links that are in that on our Amazon storefront, but should people decide to purchase things that way, it does earn us 2 or 3 pence sort of as a commission back to us from Amazon, and every little bit helps towards funding the channel so that we can buy more materials, make more content for you. Anyway, that's that bit over with. There we go. So just filling up the second one. Now, I didn't quite make enough. I thought I had made enough. Something I have found is that this does tend to thicken quite quickly. I did mix it properly using the manufacturer's instructions, which are on their website and also on the packaging that comes with the Aquacast itself. It's great. It's powder and then it's activated with water. Now, what you can see me doing here is I'm actually thumping the board that is on my crafting table, and it agitates the moulds. Now, I saw another artist called Louise Singleton. Thank you, Louise. Good tip there. Bang like crazy, but obviously carefully, because you don't want your moulds to fall over and Aquacast to go absolutely everywhere. And all those lovely little bubbles that might be hiding in there come up to the surface. A quick light blow across the top. Don't give it a good blast of breath, otherwise it'll go everywhere. But it normally disperses the bubbles from the top, makes them all pop. And here we go, we're doing the demould. So this bit again, sped up because, you know, you don't want to sit for 5-10 minutes watching a demould. Now, look at this. This is so beautiful. So beautiful. And all my lovely favourite colours, favourites. Blues, golds, greens, absolutely gorgeous. Has taken better in certain places and others. That's absolutely fine. Just checking there to see if it's coming off on my glove, and it's not. That was the other test. Now, I'm going to put the eye detail in. Now, you don't have to do this, but I decided to. Now, what I'm using here is a black Posca pen, and Posca is just the name of the brand, Posca. Obviously, if you have got a steady enough hand, you can always use some black acrylic paint and paint it in. You could use a Sharpie pen if you wanted to. Totally up to you, but I decided to use that particular pen. So here we go with the second one. I will say these did demould very, very easily. Got a little bit of clean up to do around the edges, and a bit later on in this video I'll show you how I do that. Just need to break off a few little bits that have overflowed on the sides there. Can you see the difference in them? He looks almost like he's asleep. So deep in snooze land, sleeping away. So just breaking off those few little bits of overpour there of Aquacast. But I do love the way the shading has worked. Obviously, yes, around the bottom, it's come out a little bit lighter and a little bit fainter than anywhere else. If you want, you can always add some of the mica colours or the chrome colour powders to your sealant that you're going to use, if you're going to use a liquid sealant, and you can just use it as a paint, let it dry, and then seal the whole thing. So I'm just attempting to try and give detail to the eyes for this one, although it looks like now he's got a little pair of false eyelashes on. But there's the two together. They're just so cute. Love these two little birds. Now, going to just go around the very edges with an emery board. So this is a nail file or an emery board. You don't have to use this. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. Totally up to you. If it's nice and smooth enough, absolutely fine. You can also just sand across the bottom as well if you want to make them ultra smooth. You can then put some little felt sticker feet, the little round dots of felt, or the little round rubber ones, plastic ones, just if you don't want them straight down onto your surface of wherever you're going to display them in your home, or if you're giving them away. So we took them outside, and then Wayne very kindly sprayed them with some sprayed polyurethane varnish for me. And they look beautiful with a little bit of a close-up. Look at that with the glossy finish. Now, this polyurethane varnish does dry matte. It's not shiny. So you can always go in and do another coat, but we opted not to. You can see here, it's lost the shine. So we will be going back and doing another one, maybe 2 coats of the polyurethane varnish, just to see if we can elevate it, get it that shine back. But here they are. Are they beautiful? Oh dear. There, look, here, that second one there, he's the rounder one. Slightly chubby, bless him. He's obviously had some good food to eat. But look, a little bit more of a close-up detail on these two. Gorgeous. And then coming up in the next clip, you're going to see where I've used the chrome powders from Let's Resin. And as I said, I just applied them in exactly the same way as I did for these two. Here we go. Look. We went overboard here. Pinks, purples, golds. You know. And then the blues, the medium blue, the dark blue, the pale blue, the silver on that one there. Here we are. And here's the very final shot here. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for coming along. Hello if you've joined us in the live chat. Really appreciate you joining us for that. And also we'll see everybody again next Friday with another video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.